Hey everyone, today we're going to cook one of my favorite eating fish, halibut. We'll be pairing it up with some sliced zucchini and wild rice. And while halibut is one of my favorite fish, the best part of this dish is that my kids and I reeled in this 35-pound monster the day before. To start, I have my halibut steaks. They can come in different sizes and shapes, but for the most part, they pretty much all cook the same. So don't worry if yours look a little different. Next up, I sliced some zucchini lengthwise, about a 1/4 inch thick. You can make yours thicker or thinner. The key is just to have it thick enough that you get a nice char on either side without it falling apart, but also cooking all the way through. I added these to a 1-gallon size Ziploc bag and tossed in some oil. Rice. I have about 2 cups here, and we'll be cooking this in a 4-quart saucepan right on our griddle top. I'd like to give a little shout out to my family for purchasing this caddy for my birthday. It's been great at keeping my regular tools, oils, herbs, and spices all together in the same place. So let's kick things off by preheating our Blackstone to 350 degrees. Once we're at temp, I'm going to apply a light coat of oil to ensure we have a well-prepared non-stick surface. Now that the surface has been prepped, I'll raise the griddle temperature to between 400 and 425 degrees. Depending on how much rice you cook, boiling this water on the cooktop will take around 5 to 10 minutes. I like to add a touch of oil to the bottom of the pan. This helps create a good contact surface between the pan itself and the griddle top. And then I'll also add a little touch of salt and cover it until it boils. For those of us who like to serve our dishes hot, timing is always crucial, but it's something that takes a little while to learn. The good news is that timing with this dish is relatively easy because our clock starts when the rice goes in. So we have 20 to 30 minutes to cook our food, which gives us plenty of time. Now that the water is boiling, I'll add my rice, and following the directions on the bag, I'll give it a stir from time to time. With the rest of my cooktop now at 400 to 425 degrees, I'll now toss on the zucchini, spreading them evenly around the surface. When cooking on a large surface area, you'll inevitably have temperature variations. If you organize your food, you can see what is cooking faster and slower, and then swap it to ensure that it's evenly cooked. And now that my rice is back up to boiling, I'll remove the lid as instructed. I'll continue to check my zucchini from time to time to ensure that they're getting a nice sear on the bottom, and once they do, I'll give them a flip. And as you can see, some are more cooked than others, so I'll swap the cooked ones with the less cooked ones. Alright, it's been about 10 minutes. These have a nice griddled char and they feel quite tender. I check the tenderness with the tip of my tongs by gently pressing against the zucchini. It's basically a test to see if something like the edge of a dinner fork can easily cut it. Now that these are almost ready to come off the griddle, I'll add some garlic and onion powder and flip them one last time, letting them sit for a minute or two. As I've mentioned in my other videos, I like to add dry seasoning towards the end of the cook, as it will limit any scorching of the seasoning and give it just enough time to release its essential oils. Not too much time, though, to burn off and become bitter. Now that these are off and they're staying warm over on my grill, and with my rice needing about another 15 minutes to cook, and the halibut needing about 10 minutes to cook, I have some time to make a quick sauce. I've got my daughter helping me out here today, and she's making a sauce comprised of some mayonnaise, smoked chipotle seasoning, and a touch of lemon for acidity. Alright, after giving my surface a quick scrape and a clean with a paper towel, I'll raise the griddle temp to 475, 500 degrees, and begin to toss on the halibut. These should take between 3 and 4 minutes per side, but as always, I'll use my meat thermometer to ensure that they're properly cooked. I had to add a touch of oil to these, maybe 2 touches, because I forgot to add a bit beforehand. Even with a well-seasoned Blackstone, proteins will lightly stick without a bit of oil, but crisis was averted with the help of my spatula. Next, I'll check these for a sear, and I'll flip them once they're golden brown. They'll sit for another few more minutes on the other side, and I'll add some salt for taste. Alright, checking my temps, making sure that they're around 130 degrees before I take them off, and I'll continue to give my rice a few stirs and ensure that it's not sticking to the bottom of the pan. Okay, it looks like these are ready with a nice golden crisp on either side. The rice has about a minute or two left, so I'll begin plating this fish with the zucchini while that finishes up. And there you have it. Fresh cod halibut with smoked chipotle lemon sauce, wild long grain rice, and griddled zucchini. As always, I hope you really enjoyed this video. I was a bit delayed in getting this one out this week, but if you like it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more.